And on behalf of Hocktoberfest, I would like to thank you all for joining us this morning, this beautiful morning, for these very exciting announcements. I'm Lisa Williams from AM 800 CKLW. My pleasure to be here today with you. And very pleased to have with us this morning Mr. Bruce Crozier, MPP for the riding of Essex, and Windsor Mayor Eddie Francis, and we'll hear from them momentarily. And as many of you know, Hocktoberfest held its inaugural event last October, and it was an enormous success, and supported, of course, by many businesses and organizations in this community, AM 800 being one of them, and I have to say we are very proud once again to be a sponsor this year. This morning we're going to hear from several people who have been a big part of the process of creating and supporting this world-class festival right here in Windsor, Essex. The Sun Parlour Female Hockey Association regulates women's hockey here in Windsor, Essex. And at this time, I would like to bring forward Ms. Cheryl Hardcastle, President of Sun Parlour, to come up and share with us her association's journey with Hocktoberfest. Cheryl?
Thanks everybody for having me and including me. I think that's an important and indicative item in part of the announcement process, is that Sun Parlour Female Hockey Association is such a key and integral part of the motivation, and we here in Ontario don't really appreciate, I think, unless we're actually really ensconced in the issue and the development of female hockey, how key Ontario is in the international scene. And I really learned to appreciate that, and being poised here in Windsor, like, this is such a gem that so many people now are starting to learn and appreciate from other types of events. For us to say that we can host an international hockey tournament for women here is perfect. It's a beautiful match, not only because of the location, the people, the enthusiasm, but because it lends the credibility and the prominence that female hockey needs to continue to develop, and it has made huge inroads. Right now we've got 470 girls playing hockey. At this time, we have no rinks that are private rinks anymore. We're acquiring municipal rinks with primetime ice, equivalent to what minor hockey is doing, and that's what we're striving for, is an equivalent approach with primetime ice, and at the same time it's the development. You can't develop competitively if you don't have the numbers there and you don't have the resources to develop the female players. And if you've all had a chance to watch our junior team, you have to have a higher sense of purpose and something for the girls to strive for. That's why female hockey's become so significant, with the momentum of it becoming an Olympic sport. On an international scale, I remember the discussion that took place during the last Olympics about there not being enough competitiveness at the Olympics, that it's just Canada and the US and they shouldn't bother having it as an event. And I just happened to know that Italy, who was hosting the Torino Games at the time, if you remember, the host country fields a team in every sport, which is customary. They had 280 girls playing hockey at that time, only because that city committed to hosting the Olympics and to fielding a team. This association and the Hocktoberfest Association have that same philosophy of build it and they will come. And you're going to see this tournament is going to become a premier tournament, an international tournament that we need to build female hockey on an international scale, and locally we can handle it. And locally, we've got the players that can be successful at it too. So thank you very much for including me today. This is a significant announcement, and I'm just so thrilled to be here and included. Thanks.
I'd now like to call forward MPP Bruce Crozier to say a few words. Bruce?
Thank you very much, Lisa, and good morning. Your Worship, Mayor Eddie Francis from the City of Windsor, and I'm pleased to be here with Pam Fenchak and Sandy Brindle from the Trillium Foundation, because, of course, my part is to say how pleased I am that the Hocktoberfest, the sequel, is a successful recipient of a Trillium Foundation grant, which Pam will tell you a little bit more about in just a few minutes, I'm sure. I want to tell you this, that I am an absolute fan of women's hockey. I think that it's one of the great sporting events that we get the opportunity to see, not only in the Olympics, but in World Championships. I happen to have, I'm delighted to have Megan Augusta, one of the premier hockey players in women's hockey, who lives in the hamlet of Ruthven, which is in my riding, so I know Megan, and I know what a great athlete she is. And women's hockey, as I said, has come a long way. It's a premier sporting event. You know, I'm a great hockey fan, and there isn't a better area for hockey than in Windsor, Essex, and the Detroit area. But I want to tell you that women's hockey is a great sport to watch when you compare it to some other hockey venues and games. Of course, we have the great Windsor Spitfires here that we enjoyed their championship this last year. Premier hockey. But I think overall, women's hockey is just a great event to watch and support. So I'm looking forward to Hocktoberfest. I like your promotion. Scary good hockey. That sounds like fun. And I think I saw something where it says, just when you were afraid to step on the ice again, or something like that. You're doing great promotion. We're looking forward to the event, and I want to wish you all the very best, and you deserve this Trillium grant that you're receiving today. Thank you.